Some examples of domain and range. So the first problem I have here, again, visual domain and range. I'm determining the range of the following graph. Make sure you're reading what you're asking for. So remember, range is bottom to top. So I got this cool shade here. Show you how I would do it. I would cover my graph up, and if I had paper pencil, I would do it. I would do that, but right now I don't have. So I'm going to go from the bottom of the graph, the coordinate plane, and I'm going to stop when I find the graph. Okay, I can see that the graph appears here with a solid dot and here with a line. And notice that it's the same number. Range, you use your y values. So I've got a -6 here with a solid dot or a line, and they both happen to use braces, so that's what I'm going to use. And you can use set or inequality or interval. I just like explaining with interval notation. So then I'm going to continue revealing my graph to the last part of the graph that I see. Okay, the last part of the graph I see is right here. And what is the y value? It's 4. So what I would do then is I would go ahead and type in my interval. I know this one, the -6, remember, is going to have a brace, and brace -6, comma. This is an open circle at 4, so I'm going to type a 4 and a parenthesis and submit my answer. Okay, so let's see if I can find one with domain to give you an example. Okay, great. This one says determine the domain. So again, I'm going to go ahead and start with my graph here, my shade, so you can get the idea. So I have my coordinate plane, and I'm going to slowly look at this graph left to right, and I can put a paper over if it helps me. And I'm going to look on the coordinate plane till I see the graph. Interval for domain is x's. So, okay, so I see that the graph starts right down here. And what is that x value? Don't jump to -9. Don't do that. That's why I've got this up and down domain. Domain is x's. So if I trace it up, I can see that it's a -1. So tracing that up is a -1, and it's a solid dot, so that's going to be a brace. Then I just keep following it over till it ends, and I see that it ends with a 7 with a solid dot. So both are solid dots, so I do a brace, -1, comma, 7, brace, and that's it. I'm going to see if I can find one with an arrow real quick, because that's going to, I'd like to just show you how to do that. I don't know if you have an arrow on here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. All right, a couple more, and then if not, I will, hopefully you can explain that or understand when you have an arrow. First thing you see is you write, okay, this isn't giving me the arrows, but the first thing you see if you have an arrow is -infinity. If the last thing you see is an arrow, whether you're looking left to right or bottom to top, the last thing you see is an arrow, it would be infinity. So talk to you later.